Welcome to my new aha moment with Joanie. These are unscripted. And what I want to share about today is this amazing trip that I took to Dubai. Dubai is definitely, I knew I was not in Kansas. Dubai is like no place I've ever been in this world. And if you say traveling enlightens you and you meet new people and you meet new circumstances, Dubai is the shining example of all of that. It's very far away. In fact, for me, it's halfway around the world. And when you get into that airport, there are people who actually escort you because otherwise you'd have no way of ever finding where anything is, where immigration is, where the luggage is, where anything is. And there are people everywhere to help you. And you don't tip anybody. It's all handled when you leave the airport. If a person is helping you, you pay the airport personnel. So that's the start of it. Plus, the airport looks like the most fabulous, expensive business building you've ever been in. It must be 5 or 6 stories tall when you walk into the airport. And what you notice, everything is white and glistening. And the pillars that are holding up this gigantic ceiling they're round and they're all covered in like aluminum. So they all shine. So then you get into a taxi and you go towards your hotel. The first thing I was told by the driver was the hotel I was going to, which happened to be the JW Marriott, is, according to everybody, it is the tallest five-star hotel in the world. So when I got there, they very nicely gave me an upgrade, and suddenly I find myself on the 54th floor of a 72-story hotel. That introduces you to Dubai, which is more glitzy, which is bigger, which is fancier than any place I've been. And I said to my friends, it's like Las Vegas on steroids. It is an amazing place with great opportunity to see another way of life and another a whole world. Like I said, I knew I wasn't in Kansas. So one of the things that I did, I want to really share with you, is I went out into the desert. They have this huge, well, everything is huge in Dubai. So they have this huge reserve and they are propagating these antelope. They have the Arabian oryx, which is fairly rare. And then they have the Arabian desert gazelles. And I saw a bunch of those. And then I got to go on a camel ride in the desert. And then the final destination was this Bedouin style camp where you had their traditional food. You sat on the floor on blankets. They had show with a belly dancer and a dancing whirly person and a fire eating guy who ate a lot of fire. And that was that day. Then the next day, I went to a thing that was called the camp. It was called a World Village, and what it was is that it was kind of like the size of Disneyland, and it was pavilions representing every country in the world. And you would go to that pavilion, and there would be all of these stalls selling things that you would find, let's say, were you in India or were you in Africa? So we did that for a couple of hours, and then we got there earlier in the afternoon, and then more toward 5 o'clock, you saw that it was really a place that locals went to. And they brought their shopping cart and they bought things there. So it was not for tourists, it was really for the people of Dubai. And then we also went to Abu Dhabi, which is the largest emirate, which is the capital, and we saw this magnificent grand mosque, which can seat at any one time 41,000 people. Now, that's an experience that I will never duplicate any place else in my life. So my suggestion to you is think about the joy of traveling, and it can be local, but what you learn, if you talk to the drivers, you ask them what their life is like there. Most of the people that are in the service industry are people that come from other countries and have come to Dubai because they have found a better economic life for themselves. And so, in that sense, they're ambassadors to the way of life that you find in the United Arab Emirates. And that's my aha moment. So think about where you would like to go, because even if you go to the next town and you talk to people, you will see that their life is a little different, and you will learn a new point of view about the joys of life. And in Dubai, I want to say one other thing. Most of the housing for the people who actually live there, not the immigrants, are very large, grand buildings that are kind of put together because whole families, different generations live side by side, more or less under this big roof. And so that gives you a sense of the importance of family, which is very different from the United States, where more than 40% of the people in the United States live alone in their own place. And this is a much more family oriented place. So that's one of the things you can learn when you travel to another country or to another state, or maybe just to a different street in your own neighborhood. And until we meet again, remember every morning, look into your mirror, smile at yourself, and say, I am my own best friend. For I came into this world to be myself. For that I came. Thank you, and all my best.